has nothing to do
My
with.
dad used to call cheese wedge ass.
Wedge ass.
That'll make you taste it.
You know
Wedges.
if you shove one of those, in between your cheeks when you go hiking, it prevents a rash from forming from rubbing your cheeks together. So that's what I think of it when I think of
But
cheese ass.
it also makes rats form, though. But then you get nice.
Yeah,
little,
rats will get in that ass.
Yeah, it's a nice little
ass.
nibble.
Rat ass. So you go from cheese ass to rat ass.
Well, and then quite frankly, after you remove it from your buttocks, I think then you can sell it in France as fucking exquisite cheese.
It's double fermented.
Yeah, it's double fermented. It's more the gooier one.
And hair. Hair is definitely involved. You know how they like the hair.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Moses. Hairy cheese. Oh, my.
Asiago.
We call it
Asiago. Oh.
ratatouille.
Whiskey.
Done it.
We're back. Hello. It is I, Austin. We have Ryan.
Ryan.
Sir Rick.
And who is this?
Dame John.
Dane John. We are Alcohol Content. We're back with another long boy. You guys love the long boys, okay? You guys like to hear us talk in our sweet, sensual voices. Yeah. But this time we have a new voice with us. We got John.
Yeah.
He's poor. We're poor. You're poor. Inflation is set in, okay? We have no money to spend on bourbon. We have no money to spend on alcohol. You're sitting there making prison wine in your home, okay? We're all doing the same thing. We're here to save you from what you're going through right now with some cheap-ass bourbon, cheap-ass whiskey. Rick, what are we starting with today to save us from this?
It's everything under
inflation?
$20, and we're starting off with the Henry Mckenna, not the Henry Mckenna Bottled and Bond, which won Whiskey of the Year a couple times, but it is Henry Mckenna. It's from Heaven Hill, but it's not their bottled and bond. It's 80 proof.
It's toilet whiskey.
I believe I got this for $10.99. I checked.
Ooh.
It is now $14.99 in our market.
Inflation. God damn it.
Got us again.
It's the only thing I would sort of warn us all about, I mean, we do sort of like our whiskeys, is that, come on, I mean, the way, how do you sell create an under $20 bottle of whiskey? And the answer is it's going to be lower proof, so they water it down so they can get more bottles out of a barrel, or it's not lagered away as long because that's inventory sitting on the shelf that you've already paid for the ingredients and the taxes on it and stuff like that. So these are all going to be probably, I think we do top out at 100 proof of bottled and bond, but these are all going to be lower proof and they're not going to have been in a barrel as long. That's
also older distilleries. You're not going to find any new distillery that's putting out anything that's under $20.
Right.
So they are there front, and we respect that.
But. Yeah, no. So this is Henry
they're
Mckenna,
money laundering. I get
Henry
it.
Mckenna 80 proof. It has, it has been rumored to have aged 4 years. I'm not so sure about that. But it's a 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley.
Honestly, this is pretty nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Really?
The nose is great.
Yeah.
I was going to say the nose is
The nose is kind of
pleasant.
boring,
Bourbon-y.
but it's light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the taste is oddly balanced and fulfilling.
This is an easy drinker.
Yeah, super easy.
Wow.
80 proof.
Just think if they bumped this up to 100 proof. Oh, wait, they did.
Yeah. Actually,
You don't like it?
No, it's fine.
I got him. Keeping us on our toes.
Yeah. No.
So it's kind of interesting. Some of the lower class 80 proofs usually come kind of hot on the nose.
Yeah.
This, for me, it's a little proofy on the nose, and it's kind of boring. And the proof is just there.
It's the youth. You get the youth on the nose, where it's like it's a little young.
And
Yeah, I'm not buying it. You said 4 years.
Well, that
Maybe.
rumored.
Maybe,
Yeah,
I mean, it might be.
It's got the color.
It smells a little young, but it doesn't really taste that young. Like it's still kind of nice.
No, this is
This is a Heaven Hill product, and the Henry
makes
McKenna
sense.
80
of course
proof.
it is.
It is the
Heaven
same.
Hill.
It is the same mash bill as Elijah Craig, and the same mash bill as Fighting Cock, and the same mash bill as Evan Williams.
Okay.
So it's the same
Same
mash bill.
family.
Yep.
But Heaven Hill just doesn't change it up because they nail it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
hey, you know what?
Ain't broke.
This isn't
It
bad.
tastes a lot better than I remember. It's not. It's a little thin. There's not a lot there, but it is some you can pick out hints or echoes of all the classic bourbon notes. That's what I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Is it better
Vanilla caramel.
than toilet wine?
100%.
Yeah, I would say so.
Not
Yeah.
all toilet wine is the same, but
Yeah.
I mean,
John is the
there's-
poorest out all of us, and he's a kind of a connoisseur of toilets and
I heard
wine.
I
you're-
mean, there's different locked up situations. I mean, jail toilet wine, not so Supermax. They do some
Yeah.
pretty dope
Porcelain?
shit.
Porcelain
right?
toilet wine?
Yeah.
Definitely different than the steel toilets. Okay.
Yeah.
So
My toilet's made out of balsa wood.
Ooh.
There's the variables at play
Aged.
here, boys.
aged toilet wine. Fermenting in there in the toilet. All right.
I'm getting me a bottle of this though.
Oh, yeah?
$20.
Pretty
Why not?
solid.
$13.99.
Yeah,
Oh,
$14.99.
Hell yeah.
Like-
I'm getting this.
Throw this in.
Really?
Throw
This is
this
a
as
great
throw this
bottle.
as a gimme and a
There you go.
tasting
That
for fun.
sort of surprises me, but this is we got a couple thumbs ups on
It's
this
just
right
cheap.
now.
This
Yeah.
is
And
a
pieces
great
is cheap.
bottle
We're
after
broke.
you've had some nice bottles to then just, if you want to just like get hammered,
Yeah.
like this is what you then end with and drink too much and it's fine because
Yeah.
it's not expensive.
Not bad.
So we're moving on to another classic bottle
My
under
boy.
$20.
Oh yeah,
My boy.
Ancient Age,
Buffalo
Trace product, 80 proof. We've done this, we've tasted this before in different ways. And again, I've told you that I've done blinds with people before, and I sneak this one in, and it bats it. People rank it third out of 7 or 8 other Buffalo Trace products. So it's Ancient Age. It is their bottom shelf mash bill too. So same mash bill as Blanton's and Hill Rock Farms and those. But obviously it's only been aged, I think, 3 years.
80
But it's $11.99. So it's the right price.
See, this is 80 proof. And
80 proof, yeah.
Put your schnoz in there, boys. You ain't gonna burn yourself. Okay. Much more smooth
This
than,
one I'm
than
getting.
McKenna.
This one I'm getting. Unlike the Mckenna, I'm getting honey and cherry on
Yeah.
my nose for me.
It's-
Definitely honey.
It's good. It's
For
so
something so cheap,
Honeysuckle?
you can actually pull
Yeah.
things out. Like the McKenna, it's just kind of like, yeah, this just tastes like, some okay whiskey. It's cheap. This, you can actually start pulling out individual things, and it's even cheaper than the McKenna.
This is more viscous in the mouth. It's thicker and more viscous in the mouth than the McKenna.
The
It's
mouth,
definitely got a different taste profile.
Oh, yeah.
the mouth was better on the McKenna than the nose. I would say, like I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this is fine to drink.
Yeah. This bottle's just too good for how cheap it is.
right. It's
$11.99.
Yeah.
and it's still $11.99. That hasn't been hit by inflation.
Yeah.
yet.
Ooh,
This is even
yeah,
cheaper.
that's smooth.
You like that?
Oh yeah. So
It's so nice.
I've noticed since we're going cheaper with all this, does this sour mash have anything to do with that? No, just a
Sour
coincidence?
mash is a process, and almost all bourbons are sour mash.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Some people like putting it on. It's sort of old timey. It was
Yeah.
a unique
It's,
process back in the day.
It's for
sort of-
consistency.
right. It's for consistency. It's sort of like sourdough bread. You keep part of the starter back, right? And that's what they do is
Oh,
they
they throw
use some
some
of
in
the
the
mash
barrel.
Yeah.
into the next one or whatever.
They use some of the shitty runoff that doesn't actually go into the bottle and then throw that in with the new batch. And then that's what helps.
It's a throwback to when we were all poor. This is perfect.
Yeah.
it's
It's good.
I think my biggest problem with this bottle is that you can just throw it back really quickly. And it's
Is that the problem?
it's a problem.
Honestly.
Like I almost want to
Yeah.
take a swig of this like it's gonna hydrate me. That's how it makes me feel.
I definitely would concur with
All right.
you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry,
Well, I
chugging.
think it needs to be John. Wasn't he yakking today?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna
Weren't you
say,
out?
this
Weren't
is-
you out kayaking
yeah.
This
today?
is definitely going on the houseboat.
Look at
the
that.
houseboat staple.
That's
your
a yakking
your
hat.
houseboat is a kayak.
I mean,
Hey man, in this economy,
inflation.
Exactly.
Inflatable inflation.
some kayak wine. In the
Oh.
storage area, you're sitting there mashing
Oh,
it.
dude, there's
Well, this-
some.
no, this
there's
works
some
perfectly.
Rice Some plastic
Oh, yeah.
rice.
Carefully distilled on the banks
Rice
of the
mash.
Kentucky River. So you could kayak
Ooh.
right up to Buffalo Trace
Get
Distillery.
a third eye, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I say this is
This
all right.
is so smooth.
It's
on
so
the
good.
nose, so
Yeah.
smooth.
If
on
I
the
had to pick
taste.
one, I'm not buying the Mckenna anymore. I'm buying, 2 of these. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm buying both because I'm actually not that poor because my house is a kayak.
Despite his hat.
Zero lot fees, despite the army surplus I
He
had.
can't afford a haircut, but he can get these
But
2
he's going to get
bottles.
yes.
Got that,
Yes.
got that Flovid-19
Flovid.
tested positive.
Well, I'm telling you, we've talked about this before, and it has fooled
that's
people. I've snuck this into, Buffalo Trace lineups that go, past Blanton's and E.H. Taylor small batch, and this is, come in second and third blindly with people, and then they go, what?
Yeah.
I've during COVID, the big heavy COVID days, I went over to a friend's house, and we got like soccer chairs out in the driveway or whatever, sat around, and I had poured a bottle of this into the Buffalo Trace, and they'd never had Buffalo Trace, and they went out and bought Buffalo Trace, and then I went, well, joke's on you, because you just spent $28 and you could have got it for $11.99 because it was actually H&H. But they loved it, so it's like,
Those are the pranks I'm about.
This is better than Buffalo Trace.
yeah.
Yeah.
The regular Buffalo Trace.
This
yeah.
is better than that.
I would drink this sooner than Buffalo.
100%.
Now, we love Buffalo Trace products, but if you've watched us before, you know that the Buffalo Trace, flagship one is we're not super nuts about. And a lot of
not for
people
them.
are. A lot of people are get that. But this, $11.99, baby. I think you're getting 4 thumbs up.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just don't hurt that back going to the bottom shelf, all right?
They do.
Bring your tiny kids.
They try to hide it.
Yeah.
Most liquor stores try to hide
Yeah,
this.
bring your kids. They'll grab it for you.
They'll grab it for you.
Bring your kids to get the H&H off the bottom shelf.
So the other day,
You
I
taught us that, Rick.
I was at a bar and they had a little tiny Buffalo Trace cask that they put in a old fashioned in to age it in a fresh new oak barrel.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I tried it, and surprisingly, the oak comes through more. Obviously, I mean, I don't know how long it was in there for. That guy didn't know, but
Since 9 a.m.
yeah, it was just kind of weird. It was weird for them to age a cocktail of Buffalo Trace.
That's become, in the last 5 years, that's become a pretty big thing for bars to
Yeah.
have their barrel aged cocktails, whether it's a Manhattan or an old fashioned or something like that.
Yeah, it didn't taste bad, but I was just like, this is a pretty good gimmick for
It's-
Buffalo Trace to do.
It's definitely gimmicky,
Yeah.
for sure.
Kind of like the smoke, just light it,
Yeah.
throw it over.
Which I'd rather have that gimmick,
Yeah.
honestly. That's cool
Yeah.
as hell.
Well, they're both like, ooh.
There's a chance it's gonna explode. I'm gonna take the danger.
Give me shiny shit and smoky
Yeah,
shit.
shiny, smoky. Oh, yeah.
I'm down. But yeah, no, the barrel aged, like the little tiny
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
like 2 gallons maybe.
I don't care. I'm sure some bars make good stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I don't care that much. It's already aged.
Yeah. Well,
If you're having
Not
an old
yeah.
fashioned, you're putting aged
So-
whiskey already in the drink. So whatever.
So I have a number of years ago, I thought, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to charge. I'm going to go buy. I went to, a brewery place and stuff like that.
I'm gonna own a bar and have
no,
gimmicks.
No, it's like, yeah, exactly. No, so I did all kinds of experiments and, with putting more charred wood in different alcohol, all that. I mean, I did all kinds of stuff. I don't do it anymore because the end result was, I guess distilleries do know what they're doing. I mean,
What?
Yeah, it's like anything I did was the only one that I sort of liked was I put cracked fennel in something and it gave it a little bit more rye type taste.
and it made it taste like cracked fennel more.
Yeah, it tastes like
Yeah.
Jimmy cracked corn. I don't know. It's like it was pretty extensive over a summer that I did it, and
I
I
remember.
walked away going, distilleries do know what they're doing. So it's like, you know what? I'm done experimenting.
Yeah, most of that was shit.
It was rotten
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And I bet you those distilleries, when they started out, their friends were probably like, yeah, this is shit. And they're like, well, I'm still going to make it. And then now, they took the time to learn how to do it. So,
As the rookie guest, I'm calling bullshit. I think you're just perpetuating the snake oil salesman. I'm just joking.
No, it's hey.
That's the best thing to do when you're just really ignorant about stuff. It's like, you know what? No, you're part of it.
I heard the story of you drinking some of your stuff over here for a while and not doing too well the next day. I still have some of it
that's a
that you
given.
can. I still have some of it you can drink, John. And
Your
can,
homemade moonshine.
Yeah, your homemade
Yeah.
moonshine.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah,
My
Talk about
Lord.
a whole nother version of
Apple pie,
yakking,
baby.
kayaking. Only this was yakking
Yeah.
for real.
Drink that sugar up.
Jesus Christ.
oh, yeah.
It's Kool-Aid shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up.
think I almost died.
Next up. So you have heard us rave and talk before about old granddad.
Oh, old granddad.
Old granddad bottled and bond.
Old
Old
Granddad. I
granddad
tell you what.
114. Old
Back in
granddad
my
bottled
day.
and bond made it in our top 5 whiskeys between $20 and $30.
Definitely.
So I just cracked it. You didn't know it. I did it down here, but I cracked it. I've never had this. This is old granddad
Cracked it in his
80
crotch.
proof. Yes,
Ooh.
a little hot crotch pot cooking.
Hell
You
yeah.
did
80
a crotch
proof.
crack.
I've never had this before, but it is $16.99.
I almost
The
bought it
old
today.
granddad bottled and bond
Okay.
is $22.99 here. So
80 proof.
it's the 80 proofer. I've never had the 80 proofer old granddad.
Neither have I.
And so, but it fits because we're under 20
Yeah.
today and $16.99. It is 63% corn, 27% rye. So it's a high rye and 10% malted barley.
And it's the exact same as the 100 proof, like the mash bill's the exact
Yes,
same.
yes. It's a high rye. It's just not bottled and bond.
Interesting.
It's not 100
And
proof.
I'll tell you what,
Ooh.
it is pretty similar.
Oh, really?
Is it really? Did you taste it already?
Yeah.
Holy cow,
just
he's
going
ahead of
in.
us. What is
Are
going on?
you even smelling these now, or are
Going
you
balls
just
deep.
down the hatch?
Yeah.
I mean,
smelled
it's the ancient ages
I'm not-
problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not.
The smell is definitely more watered down than the bottled and bonds. The taste of it, it's not as good. It is not as good as the bottled and bonds, but you can see the similarities, and it's got a punch of flavor. Like, it's got that kind of creaminess. It's got that caramel. It's
Yeah.
got that almost cream soda-y quality. Not
just not
as
there yet.
Not as intense for sure, but it's good. It's still good.
Any pepper?
You get the rye for sure, a
Okay.
little bit.
So
Like, that's
I'm
a little bit of
smelling
that
the-
spice.
on the
smelling
nose
the
on the
pepper.
nose for me when it's bottled and bond, I get the orange creamsicle. I'm getting harsher and not necessarily terrible, but I'm getting rosemary and pine on the nose here.
Fine. That's
I'm getting some pine. I'm not getting orange creamsicle on this.
on the
nose.
back palate after it's been sitting for a little bit, the pine comes through.
As soon as
It's
you
like a
said that, I'm
Christmas
like,
tree
that's,
almost.
That's where I was like
I mean, there's-
searching for pepper, but I think it's the pine.
There's definitely a good amount of wood on that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is impressive for how cheap it is.
It's interesting because it's kind of similar to the McKinney in the mouthfeel,
Yeah.
but the
It's got more
McKinney
punchiness.
it's a little more spiky, like Rick would say. It has some spikes to it.
Yeah.
Which in my book, the old granddad with having those spikes makes him much more interesting and more fun to drink, especially at this price point.
I'm getting just a slight, very, very quick on the taste of that creamsicle, and
Yeah.
then believe it or not, it goes into coffee and then pine for me.
I feel that. Yeah. I'm with you.
I
on
mean,
that.
this is definitely
Yeah.
different. And you know what? If you want to, if you
Should
you
have
can
picked
do
up this bottle today, is what
Hey.
you're saying.
no, you can experiment a lot. You just put a couple drops of water in. It could change the taste remarkably. Sometimes for the worse, but sometimes for the better. This is different than the bottled and bond, but I like it in its own unique way. It stands on its own.
I think it has enough similarities to the bottled and bond where it's like, okay.
Yeah,
That,
you see
like,
the story.
100%. 100%.
yes.
This is the origin
Yeah.
story. This is the Batman Begins to that Dark Knight.
Yeah,
And then the Old Granddad
Yeah,
114
114
is the Dark Knight Rises, where it's like it's good, but like it's not as good as the one before.
Oh, that's good. That
is a really good analogy.
Yeah, for we definitely like the Old Granddad Bottled and Bond the best. I mean, 114 is
so
a great value for the proof, and we like it a lot. But the the Bottled and Bond Old Granddad is our favorite.
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't on the shelves when I went today. Where I
it's hard to
went,
find.
But they had this. I had him on FaceTime, and he's like, "Yo, is there green on the label?" And there was nothing. So.
Well, Ryan was just like, "Yeah, this is really good." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. This is good," and I have not been able to find it yet.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So it's just like start buying
it's
this.
such an
so we can buy
ugly
that.
ass bottle.
Yeah, It's so ugly.
Well,
did you show that one
mash
to him?
bill for sure.
Yeah,
High
yeah.
rye mash bill.
I think so.
27% rye.
I think you did.
Ugly. That is Basil
Stop.
Hayden on the
You're just
front.
Put
embarrassing
your
yourself.
fucking hand down.
Well, that's what's so good
No,
about
we're just giving you
Oh,
shit.
giving me. Oh, I see.
Just
I see.
giving you shit.
like having watched this podcast. It's just like, yeah, you guys have shown me some great bottles to look for. If they're not there, cool. You got bottles that are gonna be there now, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
It's like go there for Four Roses. They're good. Ancient Age, great. It's
and
like
hopefully the $20 series we did, like most of those should be on the shelf.
readily available.
Apparently,
yeah.
the Bottled and Bond Old Granddad kind of isn't anymore, but most of them should be there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, whoa, look at us with all these unicorns.
Yeah.
Well, if you allow
But
me
you
to,
do need to go. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say you do need to know to go to a place if you do like whiskey. I'm guessing you do if you're watching this.
or you're drunk.
Yeah.
It'll get you drunk.
It'll get
You certainly
you
don't like
drunk.
us.
I don't even like
You
us.
need to know
Jesus.
if they have rare bottles or not, essentially, because it's like, oh shit, like that's why I FaceTimed him, and I was just going
Yeah.
through the bourbon
I
section.
know. There's so much.
Brian's like, hold on, what is that?
Stop.
What is
Stop.
that?
Yep, right there.
That's literally. I was like
Okay.
down
What it
by your
was.
knees to the right. Like, let's look at that.
Red
real
cap.
quick. Yeah.
Break your back. Get on the bottom
Yeah.
shelf.
Bend over,
I
John.
tried to take a
Bend
kid,
over.
but
We've
Bend over.
reached this point now.
Because that's the thing, especially, I mean, there's a lot of bourbons that are unicorn bottles. So your really high-end Buffalo Trace stuff, which is just impossible to find. Like, you got to do a raffle or something in a lot of states. But then there's a ton of places that have, like, Elijah Craig barrel proof. That's not a raffle. I mean, it's kind of a unicorn, but you still can find it in normal
You
places.
sort of got to be there, Johnny, on the spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you see it, it's stuff like that where it's like you got to pick it up if you see it.
I think a Total Wine employee told me last time I was there picking up some bottles. He was like, "Yo, we have the barrel proof in right now." I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, cool. I'll tell my buddies."
Oh, well, thanks for telling us.
Point.
We got to do
Yeah.
an episode where it's just all the batches. Of
They don't need
Elijah
any
Craig.
more.
This tastes like
Go
the other
pick
Larson.
yourself up one. Fuck these guys.
So if you'll, I'm going to indulge myself here. So this whole thing's about tightening the belt. All these are under $20. So I have never had the Old Granddad 80. And it's different than the others, but yet there is some of the same traits or whatever. I think I'm like quite impressed with it. But sort of keeping with your tighten the belt, this was in David McCullough's book about Harry Truman, President Harry Truman. Yeah, that Harry Truman. Not drop one, drop 2 A-bombs, right? That Harry Truman. This was his drink, Old Granddad. So every morning was David McCullough.
You gotta double down sometimes.
In his he got to double down. In his biography, he wrote that Harry Truman get up and his breakfast was 2 strips of bacon, 1 or 2 eggs, depending on a piece of toast, a glass of milk, a cup of coffee, and a shot of Old Granddad. And then he would go for a walk along the Potomac River. And his favorite drink was Old Granddad on ice. Presumably later in the day.
Yeah.
Or maybe this was right in his desk, the old Resolute desk. He had Old Granddad. I don't know. But if it's good enough for Give Him Hell Harry, who, by the way, when he got done being president, his salary was his $112 a month World War I military pension.
Wow.
Maybe that's why he drank Old Granddad.
Yeah.
But if it's good enough for Give Him
Baller
Hell
on
Harry,
a budget.
Baller on a budget. I love it.
Harry Truman.
I mean, drink this and you can bomb an entire culture out of.
Yeah.
You drink your whiskey
Being
in the
a people.
morning.
Yeah.
You might become president.
Yeah.
Is all we're trying to say.
So here's the origin stories. You either go to art school, and we all know what happens if you go to art school.
He didn't get in.
You go and you don't get in, so you get
Gotta get in.
denied. So we all know.
Apply for art
We know what
school.
happens with that origin story. So the old granddad has, an American origin story where you're bombing Japanese people and it's really sad.
Yeah, everyone
Okay?
wants to talk about like big dick energy these days. I'm trying to talk about little dick energy.
I'm talking about old
That-
granddad dick energy.
That makes you significant in the world of history.
Well, and if we don't have
For the worst.
the
you know,
worst.
actually,
For the
Basil
first
Hayden,
and the
Basil Hayden on the
worst.
top, on the front of this, he's actually he is sort of holding up a shot or whatever, and he doesn't look that bad. But
I cheersed him earlier.
yeah, but we're going up in proof, and we're going where somebody maybe does.
Where
look
did you
more
just
like a
pull that out of?
sour.
Oh my god.
Old
Why is it sweaty?
Overhauser,
Oh, not
Old
the-
Overholt 86
not the
proof.
Overhauser.
Now this is a rye. This is a rye, but the German Mennonite in 1810. So it's
fucking
86
Mennonites.
proof.
The
Fuck,
ghost
can they
comes
run?
back.
I've been saying the whole fucking time they can run.
I picked up this bottle today.
Did you pick up this
I
bottle
picked
today?
up that bottle today.
But you've never had it before.
Never had it.
Gonna
So
learn
you
today.
picked it up on our recommendation?
Ryan's
You-
FaceTime recommendation.
You go and
Well,
learn
I thought
today.
you were smart, John, but now I know better.
I'm a follower. It's way more fun.
That's
You don't make as much
Follow
money,
The Mennonites.
but
So this is the only
You get a
rye.
kayak
This
on
is
the
the only
river.
rye whiskey. But we are going up in proof to 86, and that's how I arranged these. The three before were all 80 proof. This is 86 proof, and this is $17.99. Still well under $20.
exactly what I paid for it today.
Yep.
Oh, it's
And-
lovely.
In sort of, and then I'll be quiet history-wise. JFK, favorite whiskey, and Ulysses S. Grant, who knew his whiskey because he was a drunk.
So another origin story. If you want to be, suicided with a bullet that's totally from a different building,
Not
and you're in a-
assassinated, suicided.
Yeah, suicided.
Sticking
Go
by
with
it.
Old Overholt. Okay.
Or if you want to lose a bunch of battles. as
Yeah,
a
that too.
general.
Oh, so you just right away went to Dallas, Texas?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I was gonna mention like if you want to be
More
a
iconic.
Catholic president,
Yeah.
you might get COVID as well.
Oh
so-
my God, we went from Kennedy to Biden right there. Right there.
You see, we tie it all in.
Hey, inflation. We're tying it all together.
1795.
So there you go.
Well,
This
with,
is
with current inflation, Biden doesn't have COVID-19. He's got COVID-32.
yeah.
Ba-doom.
He's a little late.
Hit the sound button. Hit the sound button. I don't know what's what, but one of them's a joke one. John, press
Don't
Press
a
number
single
A.
thing
No.
on there.
We're doing it. I pressed
It's
the button.
funky.
don't
I
know
think
what-
it's turned all the way down. But anyways,
I don't know what that is.
insert
Do I
drums.
press it again?
No, do not press it again. Don't press the red button, John.
That's what Truman did.
Yeah, we don't. we don't want to.
Tommy Lee Jones
Yeah.
told to Will Smith, and I just feel like that's part of the white male patriarchy, right? because who saved who at the end of that movie?
Who saved who?
I'm actually asking the question. I don't. Men in Black was pretty long ago, so I don't really remember that movie.
For some reason, I didn't think you were talking about Men in Black.
What did you think he was talking about?
Is there another Tommy
I heard
Lee Jones
Tommy
and
Lee
Will
Jones,
Smith movie?
and I was thinking of like, Red Button war movies. I'm like, okay, The Hunt for Red October, definitely, that's what it is.
Oh, the red.
I mean,
gotcha.
Tommy Lee Jones, my immediate thought for a movie is No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
yeah,
of course,
are
man.
you kidding me?
100%.
Of course, dude.
Javier Bardem? Are
Oh.
you kidding?
Oh man.
that's
Amazing.
Terrible
Yes.
movie.
You didn't
Shut the
like
fuck up.
Yes.
I'm gonna knock your shit out. Get the fuck out of here. But talking about the white male patriarchy.
Ah, yes.
I'd love to get
I
back
mean,
to this.
Enlighten us.
Look at them.
Please
Look
enlighten-
at them. They're on the bottles.
Look at us.
Sponsored by Crest Whitening Strips.
yeah.
Oh Lord, goodness gracious! So this is a rye. trying to
We're still
rope us,
talking about
trying to
whiskey.
rope us back in.
You're trying to bring this back on the
I
rails.
have
went
no
for a
idea. We're off the
ride.
rails.
It's pretty darn good.
Whoa.
Coming out of your white mouth.
I'm sorry. You guys speak first.
I mean, I think it was our manifest destiny to drink all these today.
Yeah,
So
I think so. Turns out alcohol
Notice
is
we are
really
sort of-
racist.
we are sort of. We are.
Jesus Christ.
bottles-
100%.
The bottles are moving westward.
That's bottled. That's bottled and bonded right there. That's 100%.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
This one is the richest that we've had so far. The
Like that
deepest,
Mennonite was super
the
rich?
deepest.
Yeah.
The deepest.
I
Yeah,
find
I'm
that
still sniffing it. I mean, I'm.
this is really like just straightforward. It kind of takes you and you know what it is the whole time. It's not a huge experience. It hits your tongue. You see the flavors. It kind of brightens, the sweetness brightens up a little bit.
Ooh.
And you get a little bit of rye. But the Old Grandad is much more kind of thicker in your mouth and
This is sweet.
has more presence. But the old,
Girthier.
yeah, it has more girth to it.
Girth.
The old
Girthier.
Overholt, I like it because the Old Grandad is interesting because it's high rye, right?
Right.
So the
I mean,
old,
it is rye.
well, the Old Grandad is high rye,
Oh,
which is
gotcha.
not a rye.
High rye.
The Old Overholt is technically a 51% rye, right?
Yes,
Rick.
yes,
so
yes.
the rye comes through much more in the Old Overholt.
Yes.
What's the percentage of rye in the Old Grandad? Do we know?
27.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. High rye.
So
So it's high rye bourbon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we jumped up 8%. 6%. It's 86 proof, not percent. It's 86% versus 80.
What is considered high rye? Because you could go up to 49 with a bourbon, right?
You could, but you need that's a really good question, John. You need the malted barley, so usually there's at least 5% of malted barley, which helps with the
You
fermentation
normally don't see
process.
about
44
30.
is.
Yeah,
is
and no, I mean,
max
high rye, yeah.
Nobody
essentially.
does that.
And
Because rye's
almost-
more expensive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Rye's more.
So there's a market.
yeah.
Yeah.
Corn's cheaper. Corn's sweeter. We're in America. Sugar. Yeah, exactly. Sugar water. So yes, no, exactly. So 27%.
It's
If it's a
amazing.
bourbon and
It's
it's
Throwing out
amazing.
Men in Black references.
so 27% for a
sponsored
bourbon
by
is high
Men in
rye.
Black 2.
Because that's what they needed is our sponsorship
Yeah.
at this point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah, yeah.
Did two have Rosario Dawson in it? Because
I think they need to make a TV show.
Did they? When did the first one come out?
amazing
Yeah.
TV
When did the
show.
first one come out?
Maybe 99.
Did it?
Men in Black.
Yeah.
I don't
No, that had to been 2000s, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Early 2000s.
Big Millennium was like 95. I want to. Oh, no, it was probably.
We don't know what we're
2000, 'cause
talking
it
about.
was
Somebody
Millennium.
check.
Yeah. Someone tell us in the
Jamie,
comments.
Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not there yet.
No.
All right.
We don't
No.
have a Jamie.
No,
we don't have a
no.
Jamie.
We have a
We,
John.
we put in an offer, but apparently Rogan pays him well.
But wait a second. I think your sprinkler guys showed up. Maybe they can talk about it.
Yeah.
Want to know the thing about contractors? They never show up on time. Okay.
I'm more protractor than I am contractor. Let's be real.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm going to retract
All
out of
right.
this fucking
It's like-
conversation.
It's been fun. It's been fun, guys. I overstayed my welcome here. Oh, this is good, man.
Are you happy you bought a bottle?
Oh yeah, for $17.95.
I do
What
like
it was
it.
on the dot. It's
I'm-
good.
It's so good.
I'm almost giving a hot take, but
They're flexing with the non-chill though.
I
Yeah.
think
They
it's
are.
it is better than the Old Grandad 80 proof. But the Old Grandad is really interesting.
I agree.
Do you want something that's a bit more of an experience? I think Old Grandad has it. The Old Overholt, it's just straight down the middle, rye.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm really surprised at how good all of these are.
Yeah.
I would totally agree.
I
with
was
that.
expecting to start shitting on bottles for this, and these are all pretty
Yeah.
solid. Like the McKenna is paling to these three.
It started
but it's
good
not even
though,
bad.
and then it was like, oh shit, these other bottles are actually good.
Yeah.
Like there's a real market if you are looking for cheap bourbon or rye, whiskey in general. There's a real market to get something that's decent.
Yeah.
If you want
100%.
to pay with pennies that you've been saving up in your little jar because you can't
Check
afford
the
anything
sofa
else.
cushions.
Exactly. Like, I'm surprised because this shit's good.
And
Yeah.
you don't even really got to be broke either. Just like
No,
if
no,
you
no.
if you're spending $60 on a bottle, know the bottle you are buying. Like
Yeah.
look at a bunch of reviews, look at a bunch of YouTube videos.
If you're new to
and
bourbon, you should
buy
probably
some of
just try
these.
some of these.
Yeah.
Because they're good.
Yeah.
And shouldn't feel bad about drinking them either.
No. Yeah.
I mean, we have expensive stuff, and we've had very expensive stuff, and I love Ancient Age.
Oh, dude.
I love Old Overholt.
Like this is probably gonna be a mixer for me. But like when I impress, I'll drink it straight, no doubt. But it's like $17.95 for a great rye.
Dude,
I bet that's gonna be
making an old
fucking
fashioned
fantastic
or a
in a
Manhattan
mixer.
out of this
Yeah,
would be great.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's like I was eating sushi the other day and they had a Manhattan that they made with. I was like, oh, what's your well? Well, they have old Overholt. So
Really?
So they know what's up.
That's I'm impressed.
I'll ask for that sushi place later because hook your boy up with the
Oh,
deets.
yeah.
Give me that insect repellent. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh,
D.
yeah.
You know, something
Truman Hater Bar.
and it all comes around full
Hater
circle.
bar.
Lord. Oh my God. Yeah, you don't know where. There's not a good segue to that one.
Sorry.
So,
No comment.
Wait, let me take
we
this
had-
mic out.
Get at me.
so here's the deal. Old Granddad, old Overholt. We got a
Ancient
trumpet.
age.
We
Yeah.
got a trumpet. Very old Barton.
What?
Not just old.
Oh my god.
Very old.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Very old.
Well, then we should have had Ancient Age later.
$13.99 Barton Distillery, 75% corn, 15% rye, 10% malted barley.
Dude,
Put it on the other side of the McKinney.
This looks
gonna be pretty sweet.
100% like a really terrible brandy bottle.
Definitely.
Oh, dude,
Like
that's
Napoleon
That's
brandy or
Visa.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Not
That's-
even Napoleon, like lower shelf than that.
So this is 90 proof. So 80, 80,
Yep.
80, 86, 90 proof.
Slide them or put it. Yeah.
I'm putting that in my spiced eggnog. That bottle. Like not
The
actually
Overholt or
the
the-
not
I
actually
got
the
you.
bourbon, the shape of that bottle. Like you
You're
said.
shoving it in your like
Eggnog.
eggnog.
Well, John has a whole vat of
yeah,
eggnog.
he just
that
like
has.
dunks it in there.
Yeah.
That's how
yeah.
I get Austin to come to my house.
Yeah.
I'm
There
like,
you go. Austin and his eggnog.
He does love eggnog.
I
He's
do.
got the eggs, bro.
Yeah.
So Barton is.
And I got the
I
knot.
got the
yeah, Lord. Oh.
You beat me to it.
Anyways, what about this?
This is
whiskey?
it's Barton. So it's 1792 distillery. Barton Distillery.
Oh, okay.
Very old
okay.
Barton.
Okay.
Very old Barton. So it's 90 proof. It is $13.99. So we went back down in price again.
God, this shit's so cheap.
I mean,
Even if this is terrible,
Well,
fuck
I get
it.
a lot of cherry on this one.
Like
Yeah, I mean it's
A little
it's a
bubble gum.
darker nose for sure.
yeah, dark cherry.
Holy.
Yeah.
Maybe some chocolate.
Oh
almost.
my
So,
God.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely a
Fist
chocolate
me, bro.
milk. On the nose again.
Yeah. Maybe later. Keep feeding me these bottles.
We haven't had, yes, they're all, now that I'm realizing they're all just sort of screw top, but again, under $20.
Yeah.
Where's the corks?
God, there's
What's the cheapest corked bottle?
That's a great question, and I
question.
just realized that these were all not corked.
That is.
There's gonna be somebody who's dying on a hill. At like
We almost all of them between $20 and $30 that we did were corked.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
I mean,
Fighting
Maker's
Cock
Mark doesn't
wasn't-
even have a cork.
Yeah.
well, we
What was the cheaper
But they got-
one?
because
Well,
they have
what
Fighting
was the
Cock
cheaper?
has a cork.
Yeah.
no, it does not.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
Fuck.
but like wild. Don't get me started. Of course, Wild Turkey has a cork.
One of the
101?
worst 101s you
101,
can get.
yeah.
Elijah
You know,
Craig
when I
has a
went-
cork.
Into the liquor store today and I saw Wild Turkey doing some, apple whiskey.
They
The
had
honey,
apple.
the honey.
Yeah, honey.
Wild Turkey has apple.
And I'm like, you guys are really doing this?
Yeah, well, Rick,
Like,
I want
come
you
on
to,
now.
to hear this.
Come on now.
Okay, you need to understand that they are not your friend. Okay, the
Well, they are-
bird
They are part of
will
the machine.
fail eventually.
the bird is learning how to market
Okay,
and reach American audiences.
He's like,
They have 100
once they
You guys
have
wanna
the
know
money,
some good
they're going to
whiskey?
do good things
Some
with
Red
it.
Stag.
Lord.
Don't remind me of Red Stag. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you puked your guts out off
lordy.
a red stag.
I would puke instantly if we.
Hey guys,
threw
I'm
that
late to the
bottle.
party. Do you guys have a bottle? Oh yeah, here's this Red Stag. Oh, no problem. I'll just chug it.
Yeah,
Good
'cause
times.
because
That you could just honestly pour over waffles, though.
So
It'd be decent.
he showed up one night. How old were we?
Probably before we were 21.
Yeah, we were young.
This is when alcohol was
Legal.
legal,
Yeah.
below
Wink,
21.
Wink.
And you worked until like midnight or
Yeah.
like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, I was a dishwasher.
And
I was
then
definitely washing those dishes.
He
Cheers.
showed up
For
and we
sure.
were all hammered, and so we just gave him a bottle
Your boy
of Jim
got to
Beam
catch up.
Red Stag, and he just chugged
Mm-hmm.
like half that bottle, and then threw up cherry whiskey
Oh,
the whole freaking night.
So syrupy, man.
yeah.
Somehow.
Or should I bring up the 99 bananas?
Don't, dear God.
Both of
Dear
you.
sweet
Both of you.
Jesus. Share
Tag-
the toilet.
Tag teaming like WrestleMania on that toilet.
Yeah. We
That
got some
toilet-
history.
That totally got worked that night. That's all I'm saying. that
Oh my
hole
God.
got wider.
99 bananas.
You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You. Oh my.
I mean, it was all
God.
above board.
It's always above board, all right.
It was all tax deductible. Okay.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
man, pull a goal.
That's
Gets you.
ridiculous. And you guys weren't even 21.
Oh, we
No.
were 30 or something.
You
Yeah.
weren't even 21. So here's
I would never drink illegally.
parents, you know how the kids think they're pulling one over on you. I was with John's. I was with many prominent people in the community, including John's parents, and they were
don't
passing.
consider them
And they were passing about. They were passing around after many drinks of high quality Fireball.
Yep,
Oh,
that
yeah.
checks out.
Yeah,
Raising
I believe
the
it was
bar.
I believe it was in your parents' backyard.
That
if
checks
I'm
out.
Correct with that.
I mean, that Eagle Rare I bought for one of my parents, and they were just like, I don't really like. And it's like,
Can
you
I-
don't like good shit.
Can I put some cinnamon in this?
This was Eagle
Here's
Rare.
some Red Hots. Here's a pack of Red Hots.
It's like, I kind of like Rumplemans, bro. It's like, get the fuck
Well, they
outta
did
here,
what
man.
John does with the moonshine. They just pour the red hot or the red hot tamale
Oh,
candies
boy.
into the Eagle Rare.
I mean, I
You
remember
mean
buying
the applesauce? 'Cause that's no joke.
I remember
Yeah,
buying
that's-
half
Red
gallons
Hot
of vodka
in your
and
applesauce.
throwing like one flavor of Jolly Ranchers in them
Mm-hmm.
and like doing that whole thing. And then watching a bunch of people throw up because there was so much sugar.
Oh, yeah.
You can only
Oh, yeah.
you can only brew that in a kimono. At least
It was
we
more.
did.
It was
At
more like
least we
kimono.
did.
Oh no!
Come on, no, no.
Yeah, that was Antoine Apollo. Oh no.
So,
Dude, when's the last time you heard his name?
Oh,
My
man.
God, the
So
2011
skating
Olympics.
to your opinion on Old
Seconds ago
Barton.
when I
Yeah.
said it, but
Sliding to your opinion on Old Barton.
very old
Yeah.
Barton. It's,
I think it's.
I think it would have been better if they just said really old. Like it's pretty damn old.
yeah, but like very
That's not
old
bad.
is
Old,
so
old.
very old. Like it's
old
it's
squared.
already, yeah.
I mean, it's dude. Even the very old that is going to like cognac. Like they're very
Yeah.
much.
I hate the
replicating
bottle.
Cognac.
I hate the
The
bottle.
bottle in itself, like I said,
Like
cognac.
VSOP.
You nailed it. Yeah, I was thinking VSOP for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's going to my eggnog.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Oh,
oh fuck,
yeah.
it's bourbon.
You know-
it's definitely going to my eggnog.
There's some rich toffee caramel
it's not
flavor there.
terrible, but it's not as good as these three. And I would buy all three of these before the Barton.
How much is the price point though? Like 13?
It was very Old Barton was $13.99.
It gets a.
I'd pick up a bottle just to, give it to the people that are drinking all my alcohol that I don't like.
I would say.
Like you get this if you won't
Well-
drink the
Yeah.
I think this is for people who like a little bit of sweetness. Like this tastes. This is 90 proof.
Yeah, it's 90 proof.
It tastes like 90 proof. I don't mind that, but it has a little candy note.
toffee. I think Rick nailed it with the toffee for sure.
I kind of go a little bit more with cherry or
cherry toffee.
like a
is
little candy sucker. It's like a
the caramel apple.
no.
like sort of fakey
cherry
stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going the apple or toffee. It has a little candy note, which isn't bad. It's not like a negative. It's just I think if you want a little bit of higher proof with cheaper, and get some sweetness, this is a poor man's bourbon. It kind of has a synthetic taste of something a little bit more expensive, like the sweetness with the high proof. It's a strange one just because it's just so simple and cheap. Yeah. And it like replicates the more expensive flavors, but it tastes like it's cheap.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough.
I mean, for 90 proof though.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on this bottle by
So
any means.
But I would argue that these don't taste cheap.
No, I would agree.
These are middle
Old
three.
Overholt, Old Granddad.
That's why I
and
made a
H&H.
point of saying
Yeah.
this isn't bad, but I think it tries to go
agree.
too high.
We've
So-
taken a step down for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So they raised the proof of this, but they didn't have the whiskey to back it up.
Yeah.
So it spikes it out of balance.
And I hate the bottle. It doesn't work for me for bourbon. Oh, we got to.
Oh no, we're not starting with 5.
Oh boy.
Because these are a lower
Another
proof
one.
and they
Yeah.
are
I'm totally not drunk at all.
inexpensive.
My opinion is completely.
Oh
my
no,
own.
we're not done.
I'm hammered.
Hi, Hammered. I'm John.
Wow.
Wow.
So far.
All right, so
You should talk now.
Wow.
No. Long pause.
No, I
a
went-
moment of silence
that
for
was
the
gathering
inflation.
in. That was just like the art student.
Should I take a knee?
For 30 seconds before he says anything,
Yep.
a minute, the crowd's leaning forward, in the seats, right? No. So it's like, it's sort of interesting. I don't disagree with what you said about very Old Barton, but I've had this before in other sort of blinds, and it's done quite well. But I'm not going to feel disappointed in that these three, the Ancient Age, Old Granddad, and Old Overholt in their own way, really do sort of shine. And this takes a little bit of a back step. I would still get very Old Barton over the McKenna 80 proof.
Oh,
But-
interesting. Okay.
I
But-
think I would disagree with that. I think I would give Mckenna.
I like the take though.
Yeah.
The very old Barton. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you said that because the McKenna is like easy to drink, and the Barton is interesting in what it's trying to do for its price point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see why you'd pick it.
So we are now raising the stakes in regard all under 20. Tighten the belt, inflation, all that type of stuff. So it is JTS Brown,
Oh yeah.
bottled in bond, 100 proof.
Just the sauce.
And guess what? Another
Just the sauce.
another Heaven Hill product.
Oh.
You gotta love Heaven Hill
HH.
with their bottled in bond. So
Just the brown sauce.
Lord have mercy, you guys.
That's after you eat fast food.
Yeah. You guys remember the cheese jokes we had before the show?
Do you guys remember when fast food used to be cheap?
yeah,
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah.
yeah. Are
You go
kidding me?
you go out to some BK, you're getting like a 3-course meal, at someplace else. It's expensive.
Dude, you can't go to a fast food place and not spend $20.
Yeah. You get two meals.
Yeah.
It's
And then-
impossible.
And then getting
Well,
the
we're also
simple
some big
burger at a
boys,
sit-down restaurant is the burger is now
$20.
$18 to $20.
Which is wild.
That's like
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, but you got to have it with like a wood table and weird seating.
Well,
and
shitty
cool,
service.
And,
Yeah.
cool, and
Yes.
cool lighting.
Yes.
Shitty service, but
Yeah.
they're
But that's just
attractive.
part of their shtick.
That's part of their
Well,
shtick.
and you have to justify the price of the burger now with like artisan burgers and stuff. It's just
Yeah,
like
no, it's artisan? Really? This
Yeah.
is artisan. What does that really mean to you?
brioche.
yeah, a brioche bun.
Brioche bun.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thanks very much.
That's worth
yeah,
$5.
which mold is starting on the brioche
Yeah,
bun? I
that-
can see it and I can taste it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for the $20 burger. That's the burger.
It's a gastropub / micro bistro.
Yeah, see,
I'm glad you
Bistro.
chose the micro bistro. It's actually the gastropub.
Excuse me, it's a micropub.
Soto sopa.
soda soap.
I swear to God, that South Park is just
Oh,
the
man.
most
Oh, yeah.
accurate thing
Oh, man.
possible.
Soto Sopa.
He's
The
where we're
gentrification.
from. It,
Everywhere, dude. It's
yeah.
everywhere.
So
Kenny's house, the historic Kenny's house at Soto Sopa.
this
Streaming wars are fantastic, by the way.
JTS Brown.
the nose.
I mean, it's just the sauce.
God damn it! You can't say that anymore. I
Don't silence my voice.
Rick Rouse, the sauce.
the underneath the proof, because 100 proof on this, it'll burn your nose if you stay for too long. It has a nice
Oh my goodness.
brown wood, like it's like a toasted wood
Whoa. Is there?
with a little sweetness, some
Any other
caramel in that
bottled-
wood.
For sure.
This is a dumb question because there's probably one in here. But
What?
is there any other bottle and bond under 20?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
there is.
There is.
And we're going to have it next.
Oh yeah.
Which is the last one, by
I
the
don't
way.
know if it'll be.
It better be the last
I don't
one.
know if it'll be good.
And also,
We got more bottles here.
we're not doing it, but
We're not
Mellow
doing mellow
the mellow
corn.
corn,
That's
which
under
is
20.
Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill
Lord.
bottled
Boy.
in bond.
bottled and bond.
That's under 20? I thought it was like 20 something.
No,
So I got it for like $19.99, but I think in most places it's actually
it's well
much-
under 20.
much
Yes,
less.
yes, yeah. Yeah. It's hard to get
Yeah.
out.
Side
here.
note: Heaven Hill is just goddamn killing it.
And it's not just because they pay us to say that.
But because they are, I'm gonna say it again. Heaven Hill is killing it.
So what do you guys,
Yeah.
I
I don't know how I feel about this, honestly.
I'm scared to taste it.
$13.
I tasted it. It's
Bottle and
not
bond,
as
100
like
proof.
heavy as you think 100 would be. Like it's smoother, I guess. I mean, it's got some bite. Maybe going after the very old Barton's help, but it's not great. I was like, it's
Here
not
it comes.
great. It's
It
not
hit me.
great.
Brace yourselves. Hold. Yeah.
For me, it hits you with not bad, and then definitely an abrasive bite with piney type stuff going on. But then it does mellow into here's nice, rich, creamy.
See that,
But there's some
creaminess
pine
is-
sol in there
it-
in the middle.
It's,
Yeah.
You nailed
it's
that.
hitting me with the sweetness, like it's like a spike of sweetness, and it's like that's synthetic, that's syrup. Similar to the very old
Just done a
Barton,
log cabin in
but
there.
to the nth degree because it's 100 proof. It's bringing more of that flavor. Not so much.
Wait a second. I think I have to clean the bathrooms tonight.
It does hang around. It hangs around.
So
The cleaner
Probably
flavor.
nice smell.
They've upped the proof, and they've clearly upped the sweetness, but it's not a natural sweetness of like aging over time, getting from the barrel. And that's where I think you're getting that artificial, like, okay, it's
Yes.
like ooh, a
That's a
little
good-
spike of both, but it
And
doesn't
I love
quite
that
balance it
artificial
out.
sweetness.
That's a really good point, Ryan. I would agree. It's not absolutely horrible. It's just
On the second drink, it's better.
It,
It is definitely fallen. We're falling off though.
I would take mellow corn over this.
Oh, really?
so. Is it?
Yeah,
is,
we
so
did.
far,
We tried that.
so far,
and
is everybody?
it's-
Would everybody agree their top three so far would be Ancient Age, Old Granddad 80, and Old Overholt 86?
Yeah,
I'm taking Ancient Age over all of them, but Old Granddad and Old Overholt definitely.
Yeah, agreed.
So nobody, very Old Barton,
No.
Nah.
JTS Brown.
I think these are pretty similar.
the
The McKenna
McKenna
and the Barton. I liked the McKenna a lot, but
I would say how I feel about them is similar compared to the really good three that we have, but they're on different ends of the scale. Like the McKenna is more subdued and just like nothing, like kind of
It's got
watered
some
down.
hotness to
whereas the
it.
very old Barton's a little more like amped up, but
Yeah.
they don't quite hit the level that those middle three that we had did.
So we have another one.
We're whitewashing it.
Holy
This
shit.
is the last one, but it is a bottle of Mon, and it's a lot of people's favorite, and it's under $20. It is Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
so hot.
Are we going to show the bottle?
Which is another.
We're hiding it.
Well, I was waiting for John, but that's okay. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, white label, another Heaven Hill product.
God damn.
Now
Pour me
Ryan
one, Rich
traditionally is
Daddy.
not like.
Pour
So I
me
just
one.
and I also just cracked it. Okay, I just cracked it.
This is
So-
giving Ryan acid reflux, right?
So yeah, typically I have had bad experiences with this bottle because I've had acid reflux from this.
Well, don't drink the whole bottle.
Good point.
Good
yeah.
advice.
Good true friend.
This
I get
guy.
the same thing from Rare Breed.
Yeah, and I've had that too also.
Really?
Yeah. Not every time though.
Ooh.
But we'll see. But to be fair, when I bought my Evan Williams bottled and bond and I was drinking it sort of regularly, that was also the same time when I was drinking a ton of really acidic
Yikes.
white wine and like champagne. So my acid level was just super high. And then I would have this and it would just like throw it over the top and I would have a terrible time.
Oh, there's nothing like a bunch of champagne, bubbly,
Noir.
and then an under
Oh,
$20
yeah.
bottled
No.
and
I'm
like
not
to
saying
mix
like
them.
I'm not saying I drank
No,
a bunch
I know
and then
that. I
but just
know
like
that,
my
but it's
diet.
like-
No, we were
was-
there with you. You drank a bunch.
Yeah, yes.
You were there for that champagne night for
Hey, man.
And that was expensive
Ain't nothing
champagne.
wrong with some bub in the tub.
sure. $1,000 in
Yeah.
champagne.
It was the price range that's the problem.
That was.
It was
a
the
nice
expensive
night.
champagne mixed with this
Swill.
this shit.
Guys,
bottle
all
and
these under
bond.
20.
It's not shit.
All these are under 20.
You really can't complain that much. Is the
I
problem?
was going to say, all these are under
When it's-
$20.
When it's $20, it's like, oh, if it's not great, like, okay, cool.
you can
You're
kinda
still
shut the
getting,
fuck up.
you're still getting like 100 proof rather than your 40 of Jim Beam, your $80 or 80 proof of Jim Beam and Jack.
This
like,
Evan Williams
This
bottle
is
and
another
bond
and
level.
it's fine.
is so much better than the JTS.
Oh,
Just the sauce does not hold up.
Oh,
Is
we're
it?
dipping down. Totally redeemed itself.
Oh, yeah.
With the yes.
This
what
is
are you
a-
thinking, Ryan?
I agree 100%. This
dude.
this has no godly place being under 20.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's under 20 for a
This
bottle
is
and
clean.
bond. Wow.
This is really good.
$17 here.
This bat's really high above. I will say it would be easy to pick this as the best out of all these. But I will say that these guys that we have, the Ancient Age and the Old Overholt and stuff, they fill a different role. The Evan Williams is way more intense. It's much more like a higher end bourbon,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
But
Hallelujah.
for really relaxed and drinking and not feeling bad for drinking
Yeah.
more than one glass, Ancient Age,
For
Old
sure.
Overholt, Old Granddad, I have no problem with. So it's almost just a scenario of
What do you want today?
situation are
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
in?
The acidity is getting to me on this.
Well,
but it's
There
a-
is
it's
that's sort of
good.
interesting
Yeah.
to say that. I've never really had that before, but I'm feeling sort of
It's
Yeah.
what I really enjoy about this is on the back palate. This is a vanilla oak. Like the wood mixes really well with the vanilla, and it's really smooth. On the back palate, it just fades away slowly. You just kind of keep that vanilla and oak.
Slides off.
Yeah,
this
it's well made.
Evan
Yes.
Williams Bottle and Bond has no business being under $20.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Not
I will say-
not that Heaven Hill, not that you should
I'm not
price
getting
it up.
acid reflux right now, but like I still kind of feel it where it's like, yeah, depending on what I ate today, this could have completely
Definitely.
triggered that.
It's just the hotness too of the 100
Yeah.
proof. Like you drink enough of that. and-
It's hot, but it's bright flavors, and it's definitely more acidic than and less sweet than a lot of these. And so
And that's interesting because it's 78% corn.
it doesn't
and
taste
only-
that sweet
only
though.
10% rye, and I think it's and then 12% barley. But yeah, it's 100 proof.
It is
Bottle and
charcoal
bond.
filtered. Does that mean anything?
It means they filter it through charcoal, which the Tennessee,
you.
Thanks,
Fucking
Rick.
the
idiot.
Tennessee. I mean, sorry to sound so bland on that. It's like
No,
I mean,
Austin's
a lot of those
dumb.
things like sour mash and stuff. They
Because it
they
will
throw
like
out there.
Old
yeah.
Overholt, the non-chilled.
Yeah.
So
non-chill
Have you guys
filtered,
had
which makes a
enough
difference for sure.
one of the big
charcoal
things.
filter to know exactly what that does yet.
Well, Jack Daniels is maple
All of it
charcoal filter. It's Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee,
Well, that's
Lincoln,
the Lincoln
County,
process. If you want
exactly.
Tennessee whiskey, they do charcoal
That dry
filtering.
county, essentially, isn't it?
Or just Tennessee whiskey in general.
They have
Like
a 10-foot vat of sugar maple that they've burnt into charcoal using their own distillate to light the fire, their own white dog distillate to light the
Okay.
fire, and They got a 10-foot vat. We're talking Lincoln County process, at least Jack Daniels. They have a 10-foot vat, and for 6 days that filters through the charcoal sugar maple.
Yeah, because charcoal
We're
pulls
learning some stuff
impurities
Oh, okay.
out of the whiskey, and so a lot of places will charcoal filter because it's cleaner. But it's become a much bigger thing in the bourbon and Scotch world, where it's like non-chill filter. We want the impurities in there because that's going to give more flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to be more unique with that non-chill filter.
Yes.
So
Old Overholt at 86 proof being non-chill filtered, that's pretty amazing at the price point that it is.
Because it's not. It's like what it's coming out of the barrel.
Yeah,
But they're
it's-
doing
yeah.
less with it though.
They are because they're going.
You'd
hey,
think
So the
they're
price
going,
point is fine. These
no,
guys are
no,
amazing.
you'd
they're-
think with
That's what
chill
I'm saying.
filter it would be more expensive because it's an
Yeah.
extra
but they're
process.
but they're also saying it's like we understand the flavor comes from those esters and things like that
Yeah.
that we're chill filtering is taking out, and so
Yeah.
we're not gonna chill.
So you really
almost
gotta
all
know
the
your
barrel proof,
shit.
almost all the barrel proofs are non-chill filtered, and the reason is for flavor.
Yeah.
So to have something under $20 non-chill filtered,
Like,
I mean,
you'll see a ton of vodka that's like chill filtered. We distilled this 7 times and chill filtered it,
Platinum, baby.
which is what you want. Yeah, I mean that's what you want from vodka because it's like get the fuck out of there, whatever those
Yeah.
I
are.
want it to taste like rubbing alcohol. That's vodka.
Unless you get good vodka.
So-
good vodka is
Good vodka
tasty.
is-
Here's the thing. I want you guys to choose your number one. What is it? If you're poor as shit, inflation's got you down, you're tired of toilet wine, you're ready to move on to some whiskey, what's the bottle you get?
You telling me I gotta get out of my kayak
yeah,
and
out of your-
drive in a car
Yeah.
where gas is what is it at like $40
You
a
can walk
gallon right now?
You can yak your way on a river
Oh, I
to
will
a town
yak.
and then walk to the local liquor store and pick up one of these.
just get on the Kentucky River and go to any distillery.
I'm definitely choosing one of these two. I really do like the old
which
Overholt.
two?
Old Overholt. But I hate to be gimmicky, but like Ancient Age is so smooth. Like if I tasted that, I'm thinking it's like 20%. It's so.
So you're
fucking
between
smooth.
Old Overholt and Ancient Age.
Yeah, but like Ancient Age, AA. Like I need to go to AA.
Yeah, definitely.
Is what
They did that on purpose.
They did.
They
did.
know what they're doing.
I
Well,
think
and then they
that's
make
where I'm going.
Ancient age.
Hey,
That's AAA.
Exactly. Now you got
It's-
insurance because you're
yeah.
so hammered.
Yeah.
They'll grab your car.
Yeah.
They'll grab my kayak. Will they grab my
Wreck,
kayak and
take the
take me
key
to the
out,
liquor store?
Leave it. Call AAA.
So these are John, Ancient Age and Old Overholt Rye are your two favorite.
Which I loved the old Grandad. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I really, Old Overholt. I liked for
Yeah.
me
No,
personally.
Boom.
Different
Yeah.
palates. Awesome. What do
Yeah.
you got, Austin? What are you gonna go with?
I mean, Ancient Age is my clear number one.
Really? Okay, got it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Evan Williams is my number two. If you want cheap,
that's a good choice.
good bourbon
At a higher proof.
at a higher proof,
A
you're
bottle of
getting
Bond,
more.
dude.
You're getting something that you can share with people and be like, this is actually pretty good for the price. And then even people, that's the thing. Us here, we like your value. We like value. Sure, you can spend $100 on a bottle of bourbon, but at the same time, if you might be liking these high class bourbons, and then you go try the Evan Williams, you should be surprised. And if you're not, you might be kind of losing the plot here because Evan Williams for how cheap it is amazing, but Ancient Age for how cheap it is so easy to drink. Why not buy more of that? It's so goddamn cheap. Get drunk. Ancient Age.
Well, and it's a good summer sipper too. the Ancient
Exactly.
Age.
Yep.
What are
The
you,
SS on top of the AA.
Oh
Where you going
boy,
with?
We're going.
now we're going back. Art
Oh,
school.
My God. Oh my goodness gracious.
AS. We're combining them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes. Panzer Division. Sorry.
Stick with your finger paintings.
He was actually a pretty
You
good
can
artist.
finger my paintings anytime.
Not good enough.
Well,
Apparently.
they
Not
were
good
pretty.
Yeah, those
Actually, somebody wrote
Pretty
him
Jewish.
from Austrian Institute and said, "Have you ever thought because his paintings were pretty technical? I don't know if you've ever seen Hitler's paintings, but they're not bad.
No, I've
Postcard wise and stuff like that.
It's pretty good.
And actually,
Yeah.
he was written back and said, "Have you tried our engineering school?" Because they were pretty technical.
That's so German.
That is
That's
sort of
so
German.
You apply to art school and they're like, you're pretty precise with these lines.
Yeah.
You want to be a part of the military?
Yeah.
Have you tried our engineering school?
Yeah. The engineering
The
program
engineering program.
is taking students.
What about being less creative, yeah?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Little gay boy.
yeah.
German engineering.
This is the German engineering.
V-dub in the house, yeah.
Did you say? Did you say what your favorite was, Ryan?
I did not. It's really hard, honestly.
Yeah, but we know what you're gonna pick.
Do you?
I do.
What do you think I'm gonna
If
pick?
you
You're
don't
gonna
pick
pick
Ancient Age, I'm gonna slap you
You might
on.
do see some E-dub here.
Oh, but he is an old granddad.
I
fan.
know, but
Yeah.
he can't do it. He has to give in to the
You
AA.
might
Fuck
do the
y'all.
bottle and bond.
No, honestly, so
Hey oh,
Loving this,
hey oh,
dude.
hey oh.
depending on
You got some
the context I'm
artistry,
thinking of,
knack.
it is between
But I think you could be an engineer.
the Evan Williams bottle and bond because this has the most character out of any of these bottles. Like it's got the most going on. It's probably the best value of all of them. But just for casual drinking,
For inflation,
it's a really hard pick for me between Ancient Age and Old Overholt. Like, this is the rye. This is the one rye here.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to drink. And the Ancient Age is, like, it's a standby for me. I will always be able to drink that. I love it. So, I want all those.
Rick.
Those are your three.
Yeah,
I feel like Old
easy.
Granddad is getting overlooked,
also-
and it's like let's not neglect that.
Hey,
it's
well,
a great bottle.
I
We're
won't-
just not placing
Agreed.
it. We're
It's
just not
also-
podium it.
Yeah, you should also get that. It's
I
really
won't.
good.
I won't neglect that. This 100 bottle and bond, 100 proof, under $20. It is rich. It's. I'm not going to say complex, but it's rich and meaty.
The Evan Williams bottle and bond.
Evan Williams bottle and bond #1.
White label.
Exactly. Evan
The
Williams
white
white
label.
label. I'm going to have to say the Old Overholt is #2 for me. And then, truthfully, I'm going to put even Old Granddad 80 proof, which I didn't think so. Ancient Age, come on. Summer drink, $11.99. Are you kidding me? Buffalo Trace.
That's
It's
good.
fooled people in Buffalo Trace lineups. But I'm looking for something a little richer. And the Evan Williams bottle and bond, the Old Overholt 86 proof
Yeah.
does it. And then this is a journey, Old Granddad. And I really expected nothing from Old Granddad. I thought the 80 proof would be crap compared to the bottled and bond. And it's not bottled and bond. And it's not the 114. But it had character, and
Yeah.
it was an experience, to
should've
use
bought it.
Austin's
Yeah.
words.
It has
This,
bought it.
Ancient
Should've bought,
Age
like,
isn't an
$400
experience.
without
This
liquor
is,
alcohol.
it's 100 degrees out, and I just got off my kayak, and
I've
I'm
been
going to
there.
take a swill of something.
Yeah.
A swill of
that's
something.
good.
Ancient Age.
I'm gonna swell with that swill.
Usually, I'm like, all right,
There you go.
I'm 20 beers deep. Let's switch to the White Claws.
Yeah, that's
Let's
some
switch to the
yakking advice
whiskeys.
right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you know what? In all truthfulness, under $20,
All of them aren't bad.
I can appreciate
You
all
don't
of them.
really-
What a
need these.
lineup,
Yeah.
man.
You don't really need these.
No, you
if you
don't.
can find the four big
Evan
ones that we've
Williams,
talked about.
Old Overholt,
Yeah.
Old Granddad. and
McKenna,
Ancient Age.
honestly, I wouldn't regret buying one.
Not at all.
'cause it's
I'm,
so
yeah.
cheap.
I'm probably
and
getting
it's-
one.
It's easy.
Now, if you're not super poor from McKenna, if you ever find their 100 proof bottle and bond,
You won't. You
Buy
won't.
it.
You won't.
If
Buy
you
it.
do, buy it.
Buy
Whiskey
it.
of the Year,
I
2
will
years in a
pay
row.
you.
Come on.
You're not gonna find it. I haven't seen that in 5 years.
We have to do a
probably.
review on that because I definitely have some.
oh really?
Yes.
Yeah, you have
I
one
love
of the
that bottle.
batches. Yeah, from
Well,
years
I've-
ago.
I've got
So there you have it. You're on a budget. You're tired of your toilet wine. Oh my gosh, it tastes so shitty. Well, here you go. We got Evan Williams. We got Ancient Age. We got Old Granddad, Old Overholt, McKenna, right? McKenna or
Yeah,
McKenny?
McKenna.
And maybe skip out on the Just the Sauce or
Just the
Jake-
sauce.
Just the sauce.
or the very
JTS
old
Brown.
We'll get you sauce,
Barton's.
though.
So
It'll get you drunk.
get you drunk. If you like this video, you like it. Okay. If you're on Spotify, make sure you give us a 5-star rating because we're so awesome and you love us. We know it. You can't
Greenheart
deny it.
Greenheart.
We are on all the podcatchers. We're on everything. Okay, follow us on Instagram, on the other stuff.
It's
Whatever
all
they are.
under $20.
And all these bottles are under $20.
Also,
so
give some love to John. Thanks for being the
Welcome.
guest. Way to go.
this is our first
Thanks
four-person.
for having me, gents.
Okay,
I
all
mean,
right.
Cut it the fuck out.
Thanks
Oh,
for
come
having
on.
me, gents.
This is our first.
Rick's trying to chime in
Yeah.
here.
I am.
This is our first 4-person podcast. Okay, John, you did okay, and maybe next time you could improve yourself.
Like, out of a bottle, was I like a very old Barton?
Honestly,
No, not at all.
if you were a bottle,
Was I a Mckenna?
You were an old Overholt.
I would
for
agree.
Sure.
Old Overholt.
you were a
that means
Mennonite.
You were a
boys.
German Mennonite.
No, hey.
No art school, no schooling whatsoever.
That hits really close to
Yeah.
home.
So there you have it, folks.
You're gonna replace Austin, actually.
I am now gone because people love this shaggy blonde-haired idiot more than me.
Like,
all right.
yoink, Scoob.